How beautiful was that, right?
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah. So basically, whatever the men do, they definitely need us. Like their day starts with us, their day ends with us, right? In different forms. I came across this one beautiful TED talk, and I think we are still waiting for people to join, but I would like to start the program with this TED talk, and then one second. And I think this will put the context to the evening tonight.
Namaste.
Himani, you need to share the video. When you're sharing, there should be video sound. You have to share that so that we can all hear
we are not
it.
getting.
Yeah.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Himani, we cannot hear you. You're muted.
Okay.
Stop sharing and then share the
Can you hear
audio.
me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, but when you're sharing, you need to share the video sound. First, you have to stop sharing, turn on the video sound while you're sharing the video. At that time, it's at the bottom, and then you share. Then the voice will be clear for this video.
1 second. How do you stop sharing here? Okay.
Now share again, and then at the bottom it said video computer sound or something.
Yeah,
you have
it
to
was
click.
on the. You were able to hear the last video, right? Were you not?
Yeah, we heard the Shri one.
Yeah. So I think it's the same. So you should be able to. Let me try again and let's see. Are you able to hear it?
50s and 60s.
Yes.
Okay. So let me maximize it. Start this one again.
Many years ago, when I was born in the 50s and 60s, didn't belong to girls in India. They belonged to boys. They belonged to boys who would join business and inherit business from parents. And girls would be dolled up to get married. My family in my city and almost in the country was unique. We were 4 of us, not one. And fortunately, no boys. We were 4 girls and no boys. And my parents were part of a landed property family. My father defied his own grandfather, almost to the point of disinheritance, because he decided to educate all 4 of us. And since I said they're my role models, I followed 2 things which my father and mother gave me. One, they said, life is on an incline. You either go up or you come down. And second thing which has stayed with me, which became my philosophy of life, which made all the difference, is 100 things happen in your life, good or bad. Out of 100, 90 are your creation. They're good, they're your creation. Enjoy it. If they're bad, they're your creation. Learn from it. 10 are nature sent over which you can't do a thing. It's like a death of a relative, or a cyclone, or a hurricane, or an earthquake. You can't do a thing about it. You've got to just respond to the situation. But that response comes out of those 90 points. This is what comes next. I joined the Indian Police Service as a tough woman, a woman with indefatigable stamina, because I used to run for my tennis titles, etc. But I joined the Indian Police Service. And then it was a new pattern of policing. For me, the police policing stood for power to correct, power to prevent, and power to detect. This is something like a new definition ever given in policing in India, the power to prevent. Because normally it was always said power to detect, and that's it, or power to punish. But I decided no, it's a power to prevent, because that's what I'd learned when I was growing up. How do I prevent the 10 and never make it more than 10? So this is how it came into my service, and it was different from the men. I didn't want to make it different from the men, but it was different because this is the way I was different. And I redefined policing concepts in India. What you see, if you see the title called PM's Car Health, there's the first time Prime Minister of India was given a parking ticket. That's the first time in India, and I can tell you, this is the last time you're hearing about it. Here I got a prison assignment. This was a prison assignment, which is one big den of criminals. Obviously it was. But 10,000 men, of which only 400 were women. 10,000, 9,000 plus about 600 were men. Terrorists, rapists, burglars, gangsters. Some of them I'd sent to jail while as a police officer outside. And then, how did I deal with them? The first day when I went in, I didn't know how to look at them. And I said, do you pray? When I looked at the group, I said, do you pray? They saw me as a young, short woman wearing a patan suit. They said, do you pray? And they said, they didn't say anything. I said, do you pray? You want to pray? They said, yes. I said, all right, let's pray. I prayed for them and things started to change. This is a visual of education inside the prison. Friends, this has never happened where everybody in the prison studies. I started this with community support. Government had no budget. It was one of the finest, largest volunteerism in any prison in the world. This was initiated in Delhi prison. You see one sample of a prisoner teaching a class. These are hundreds of classes, 9 to 11. Every prisoner went into education program. Same then, which they thought they would put me behind the bar and things would be forgotten. We converted this into an ashram. From a prison to an ashram through education. I think that's a bigger change. It is the beginning of a change. Teachers were prisoners. Teachers were volunteers. Books came from donated school books. Stationery was donated. Everything was donated because there was no budget of education for the prison.
Ma'am, please can you say any best moment in your life?
Right now.
Yes.
Right now. Any moment which is giving you joy and is putting you in a position to share joy is a memorable moment, isn't it? So it's giving joy, it's taking joy is a memorable moment.
How beautiful was that? So when I heard it, I was so motivated by it because a woman in the profession of men, she could stood out. She could do all the different like kind of changes which no one could even think about. And she carved the path for us, for Indian women. And I was so, I don't know, when I heard it this morning and I was like, this has to be the beginning of our event. This is something we all need to come together and listen to it and gather our courage to not be fearful of, to be fearless basically of any hurdles that come our path and just keep carving the path for other women. So on that note, I welcome you all to join this event with us and celebrate Women's Day. Let's go ahead. So, hello everyone, I am Himani. And I have a kind of a similar story. So I belong to a very conservative family as well. We are 3 sisters. And in my family, basically, women were supposed to be like study arts, do either home science or bachelor, or arts, and get married by basically 21, 22 years of age and find a rich guy. So that used to be the path which was laid down for the girls in my family. And my father had the similar kind of courage to let me do the engineering and be the first girl from my family and carve that path for the others in our house. So I just wanted to say a small poem, and then we will start the day. छू ले हर ऊंचाई, तुझे किसने रोका है? बात कल कुछ और थी, फिर से आज मौका है। पर खोल के हो आजाद, डरना इस आसमान से। कमर कस ले, आज ही लड़ना है अभी जहान से। ये बंदिशें, ये बेड़ियां तुझे ना रोक पाएंगी। इरादों को शमशीर कर, ये खुद ही टूट जाएंगी। सर झुके थे, सर झुकेंगे फिर से तेरे सामने। थी मजाल कब किसी की, तुझे झुका दे अपनी शान में। तूने तो इतिहास रचा है अब तक अपने काम से। बनी है बनती रहेगी गाथाएं तेरे नाम से। तू किसी से कम नहीं है, आज बस ये जान ले। बहती धरा को मोड़ दे, अपनी ताकत को पहचान ले। अखंड तेरी शक्ति है, प्रचंड तेरी काया है। शिकस्त होके चित पड़े हैं जिसने भी आजमाया है। चीर के फलक को तूने ध्वज ऊंचा लहराया है। सर उठा के देख ले, वो वक्त फिर से आया है। सर उठा के देख ले, वो वक्त फिर से आया है। To the women of this group, I applaud you for all the courage you have shown in your life, and I think there are a lot of women here who are the example in this Rana Association. And today we are going to invite those esteemed women in our group and say a few words, share their wisdom with us, and we'll be having an event, a night full of all the wisdom, strength, courage stories. So ladies and gentlemen, let's start the evening. And to begin the event, I would like to invite Khichi ji and Pushpa ji. So I'm inviting Khichi auntie and Pushpa auntie. They are the senior women of Rana group. Shobha's auntie husband, he was the founder of Rana, and Pushpa auntie husband was one of the co-founder of Rana. And as we know, right, every woman's successful man, there is a woman behind it. Pushpa auntie and Khichi auntie were the leading women who were the main force behind their husbands and contributed significantly in bringing this Rana community forward. We are inviting them to start the evening with the puja ceremony. Pushpa auntie and Khichi auntie, please take up the stage. Pushpa auntie ji and Khichi auntie ji.
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you? Yeah.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
We
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. But I think, okay, anyway, Shobha should be there.
शोभा आंटी।
ओके, नमस्कार, साई राम, साई राम।
नमस्कार, नमस्कार।
वीडियो ऑन कर लीजिए।
हाँ, ऑन हो गया। शुरू करें?
या।
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि संप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवो सर्वकायेषु सर्वदा. Now we are going to do the Ram Vandana. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ramachandra Kripal Bhajaman Haran Bhav Bhaya Darunam Nava Kanjalochana Kanja Mukhakar Kanja Pada Kanjarunam Shri Ram, Shri Ram.
कंदर्प गणित अमित छव नव नीर नीरद सुंदरम पटपीत मानव तड़ित रुचि सुसु नौमित नकथुतावरम श्री राम श्री राम।
भज दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद को शल चंद दशरथ नंदनम श्री राम।
सिर मुकट कुंडल तिलक चारु दारु अंग विभूषणम आजान भुज सर चाप धर संग्राम घर जित दूषणम श्री राम श्री राम।
इति बदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम मम हृदय कुंज निवास कुरु कामादिकलदल गंजनम श्री राम।
मन चाहि राच्यो मिलहि सोवर सहज सुंदर सावरो करुणा निधान सुजान शील स्नेह जानत रावरो श्री राम।
एहि भांति गोरी अशीष सुनि सिय सहित ही अर्षित अली तुलसी भवानहि पुनि मुनि मुदित मन मंदिर चली श्री राम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपाल भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम। श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय। और आप सबको लेडीज डे की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। जय साई राम।
हैप्पी 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 वुमेन्स डे। भगवान आप सब लोगों को अच्छा रखे, तंदुरुस्त रखे एंड बी सेफ एवरीबॉडी। ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल गर्ल्स ऑफ माइन।
Thank you, Auntie Ji. Wish the
थैंक यू
same to
सो
you.
मच शोभा आंटी जी। बहुत ही सुंदर प्रेयर सर्विस था, बहुत ही सुंदर पूजा थी। थैंक यू सो मच। इसी के साथ मैं शकुंतला आंटी जी को बोलूँगी कि इफ शी कैन से फ्यू वर्ड्स। शकुंतला आंटी जी हैज़ बीन इन्वॉल्व्ड इन राना सिंस 1990 and was exposed through Rana by Pushpa aunty ji and JB Singh uncle ji. She is a homemaker and supporter of the family. She raised 5 siblings and 2 cousins in a large family and learned English and loves to cook every day. Shakuntala Auntie ji, if you're here, please say a few words and bless the evening for us.
आई थिंक अभी तक लगता है ज्वाइन नहीं की है मानी। मूव ऑन।
उषा की मम्मी
जी आंटी जी।
हाँ शी शुड ओके। स्क्रीन पर नहीं है ना? शी इज नॉट ऑन द स्क्रीन ना? आई डोंट थिंक सो। Usha should be there today Sunday.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्ते,
नमस्ते 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 पुष्पा जी, नमस्ते सबको नमस्ते।
ब्यूटीफुल।
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ
एज
जी
यूजुअल एज यूजुअल।
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी।
सबको कह दो कुछ लेडीज के बारे में।
शकुंतला जी, आंटी जी नमस्ते।
नमस्ते जी नमस्ते। मैंने सुना आपके बारे में एंड मैं तो पुष्पा सिंह के थ्रू सारा राना में जाती हूँ अपनी बेटी को, उषा बेटी। यस हाँ जी,
क्या बात
यही लेके जाती है मुझे
है।
तो अपने बाद नो अपने डैड नो भी। तो सब राना से हम मिले पिछले
कन्वेंशन
से। हाँ
18
तीसरा साल।
Yes.
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी
थैंक यू आंटी जी।
हाँ जी हाँ जी
थैंक यू। थैंक यू।
हाँ जी।
पूजा, you say something.
थैंक यू फॉर योर ब्लेसिंग।
नमस्ते। या अच्छा,
इसी के साथ इतनी सारी ब्लेसिंग्स के साथ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट आवर डायनेमिक रामा जी. Ramaji is not only an entrepreneur running day spa in Indian